Welcome to our first podcast. My name is Aiden McDonald. I'm a junior at Hibbing High School.
Hello everyone, I'm Cal Manara, also a junior at Hibbing High School.
We are still looking for a name for this podcast, and that there will be a contest for that name, and that will be on the Instagram page for Bluejacket Career Academies, and there will be a contest where you can put in name ideas, and then there will be a vote on name ideas that are put in.
Yeah, make sure to look out for the Instagram page. We need a name, and you guys can help us with that.
How you doing? How's your week been?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. A couple more months of school. Excited for summer.
Yeah, me too.
You guys may be asking how are we presented with this opportunity, or what led us to be able to put on a podcast. And the answer to that is Mr. Brown and the Bluejacket Career Academies and Hibbing Public Access Television. And you may be asking, what are Bluejacket Career Academies? Cal, you want to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, Bluejacket Career Academies, it's a great way for students to find what they love and what they want to do for the rest of their life. With the low cost of $0, you can find out what you want to do or don't want to do for your life.
And you may remember when we were registering for classes, Bluejacket Career Academy, there are options for that, and if you know somebody that has registered for one, you can talk to them about it and what they think. And if you didn't register during registration and you're thinking about doing it, definitely talk to Mr. Brown. His room is number 126 in the Hibbing High School, and there's also social media pages like Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, so I'm lost.
You want to talk to them about what types of academies there are?
Yeah, we got building and trades, education and childcare, engineering academy, health careers, and the one me and Aiden are currently in, performing arts and communications. Yeah,
and you may have a friend or two that's in a career academy. This is the second year of Bluejacket Career Academies, and there was 54 people the first year, and there's roughly 200 more than that this year, so it's growing definitely. For example, in the engineering academy for the 2020-2021 school year, there was 27 people. For the performing arts and communications, the one that me and Callie here are in, there was 15. For education and childcare, there was 46. For building and trades, there's 84, and for health careers, there's 72. So with those numbers, you can tell with the building and trades, there was 84. That's 30 more than there was in the whole career academies last year. So it's definitely growing. What brought you to the Performing Arts and Communications Academy and this podcast?
Essentially, I just wanted, to get my relation skills up, talking with people, and, because what I want to get into in my life is, some sort of, PR, public relationships for people, like a manager or something. And this is a great way to get my speaking skills up. How about you?
You and Harrison Law, who's our guy behind the scenes back there editing and doing all the videos, you brought up the idea to me, and just working on communication skills and being able to talk to audiences and people that I'm close with, and just expanding on those communication skills.
Yeah, so the goals, Mr. Brown wants students, to find what they want to do, get college ready, and just get ready for the outside world, because it's fast paced out there. And, if you're not ready, life might not be good, it could be good, but it'll be a lot tougher for you if you don't get those skills up.
Yeah, the career academies, they provide opportunities for Hibbing High School students to be career and college ready, like Callan said, and that's a big part of moving forward in the future after high school, is kind of having a sense of what you want to do. And you may go into Health and Careers Academy and find out you do not want to be in the health careers at all, and that's just as helpful as finding out that that's what you want to do, because you can check that off the list and save some money. It also provides high school students with real-world experiences like internships or tours, and listening to people about what they do and what their work study is like. You can contact Mr. Brown if you once again if you want to join the academies with his through Schoology or his email, which is mccal.brown@isc71.org. And yeah, I'm excited that we got that opportunity to be able to do this together, because you and me are friends, and have Harrison behind the scenes is nice. And that's thanks to Bluejacket Career Academies and Mr. Brown and Hibbing Public Access Television for putting that on. What are you excited for the future of this podcast?
I'm excited. I think the biggest thing is, reaching out to other students who might be too scared to get into this. It's a great opportunity to show that, it's worth it. You could be with your friends. It's just a great opportunity to see what I want to do in life and everything.
Yeah, and with this podcast, we're going to have input from HPAD and Mr. Brown, but I like that we can have our show and talk about stuff that's relevant to school and career academies, and have students on, have people on that can talk about sports or academics or their career academies that they're in, to let people know, like, we can have people on talk about their experience with the building trades.
Yeah, for sure. And if students watching, if you want to get into this and you don't know what it's like and how we feel about it, reach out to me and Aiden. It's a great opportunity so far, and this is the first episode.
Yeah. So
I'm very excited for the future.
Yes. How's school been going so far this year? I know it's been really different with COVID and masks and going back and forth from distance to in person. What has your experience been like?
Sometimes it's hard. I think at first, especially last year in the first quarantine, I don't think I was ready for it. It was a little crazy.
Yeah.
This year is definitely better. The teachers, staff at the school did a better job, a great job with people at home. Sports, soccer, a little different. Not too much because it was an outside sport, but how about you?
Yeah, it's definitely been different. Different even from last year's end of the year quarantine. Thankful that we've been able to partake in sports, and even coming here with you and doing the podcast and being able to be here. It's been nice to talk to people, and just thankful that the teachers and the staff and the administration has worked hard to try to make it the best they can for us, and hopefully better times are coming.
Yeah, for sure. Congratulations, Aiden. You're going to state.
Thank you.
How does it feel, man?
It was a really fun ride, playing with the guys that we grew up with, making state for the first time in over 30 years. It was a great ride with teammates and coaching staff. It was really fun in Princeton. We had the crowd size that we had, which is not. It felt like it was a lot more people, but with the limited crowd space, we couldn't have as many as we would have liked. But the people that came definitely were loud and proud. Did you see that William Stenson won the state championship?
Yeah, I did. Shout out William.
Yep, congrats
Great
to William.
job.
That's great that you were able to do that. What has been the most challenging part? Back to the school topic. What has been the most challenging part for distance learning or in-person learning with the pandemic?
Obviously, in person, it's got to be the masks. It itches my nose a lot. I think it annoys me a lot. Distance, I think it's nice. I don't really have a problem with distance at all, really. I got no problem with it.
Yeah. And I think administration and staff being understanding of whether you want to go distance or in person is helpful. I know with basketball, when we were making our run to try to get to the state tournament, them letting us go to home to try to limit exposure was very helpful. And hopefully in the coming months and year, everything's as close to normal as it can be. Senior year coming up, are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I am. Last year with all my friends and everything, senior year soccer. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for the future. Go to college. How about you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Over the last year or so, I've kind of gained an understanding of what I want to do, and building or not building. The Bluejacket Career Academies kind of helps me. It helps me improve on skills. It helps me with knowing like options of what I can do. Because with this podcast, that's the job that you can have when you're older and make money. And especially with technology advancing, this podcasts, and I listen to podcasts all the time on the road, traveling to the cities and stuff like that, and just sports podcasts mostly. What kind of, you listen to podcasts at all?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I haven't got into listening to my own podcast. I haven't found what I liked. So yeah.
Yeah. So in the future of this podcast, what are you looking forward to having? The great thing about it is we can have people on. We can have people that excel in sports on, excel in academics on, or anybody from high school. Talk about high school life, and I think a great part of that also is just talking to students, especially in the pandemic. You haven't been able to hang out with as much people as we would have liked with a normal school year, but I think the students have done a great job taking what they've been allowed to have, like not getting down in the dumps as much as they can. And yeah.
I mean, I think I'm definitely most excited about getting athletes on here from I think we should try to get people from every sport we have.
Yeah.
I think it'd be sick to talk to captains of teams and to see how maybe how COVID changed their season or how their season went and everything. I think that'd be what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, that'd definitely be cool to have people that excel or just anybody on the sports team talk about their experience with COVID and how their season went and what they're looking forward to in the future with education and athletics or one or the other. Because I think Hibbing High School definitely has some wonderful athletes that can excel at the next level.
Yeah, for sure. And staff is doing a good job. We can have our dances. Prom is a big deal.
We're having prom.
Prom is a big deal, and it's nice to have it, to experience this. So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think the seniors are definitely thankful that we're able to have prom. I know we're both going. It'll definitely be fun, obviously with different rules because of the pandemic, but being able to have a dance during now is something that we should be thankful for. And it might not be what seniors wanted. Obviously, we can't speak for them because we have another year. So definitely a different year for them. And thank you to the school for letting us have a dance.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a good job. I mean, last year COVID was bad, and seniors, I don't think they had a prom last year. So some people missed out on their only prom chance. And so shout out to the staff and everybody at the school for trying to give the seniors a normal senior year.
Yeah. So with this podcast, are you doing like an internship, or is it part of a bigger scope of things with the Career Academy, like doing more than podcasts? Or
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of just seeing what this brings me, what opportunities and everything. But right now, the podcast is good. I like it. It's fun. Discussing behind the scenes with my friends Harrison and Aiden about ideas and everything. Just getting to come here with them, I think that's a great opportunity for me and show the school that this is nice, this is good for students.
And if you guys have questions about participating in, if the podcast interests you, you can come. You can ask Mr. Brown about it and ask about doing that in the future if you're a sophomore or going into 9th or 10th grade. It's definitely fun to be able to do with friends and be around a work environment, and it's definitely great.
Yeah, you can definitely see what you're gonna get yourself into for your career, and having a good staff here supervising us. It's a good opportunity for us and see what the future holds.
Yeah. Do you know what you're gonna go to college for yet, or any idea, or kind of still open with it?
I'm kind of still open, but just something into communications, public relations, and manager of some sort or something, agent. How about you?
I think I want to be some sort of college basketball coach, and I think with this podcast, the communications that it presents, communication skills, like being able to hold conversation, and that will just help with speaking to teams or people that come look, and if it's something that I struggle with, I can get better at it, and if it's something that in the future, it will definitely help going into college with communication skills that this provides.
Yeah, for sure. And we're juniors in high school, so I mean we have a little bit of time to work on our skills and everything. So you can join career academies no matter if you're going to be a senior next year or you're going into 9th grade. Obviously with 9th and 10th grade it would be better because that would give you more time to figure out what you want to do. But even that 1 year of high school, to be a senior and have a career academy, that eliminates or proves to be what you want to do in life. It saves money, and it's not like it's a class. It's not a class, but it's an elective that's definitely fun. Obviously, being here is a lot more fun than being in class. But yeah, for sure. And like we said, if any of this stuff interests you, definitely talk to Mr. Brown about it. Hopefully we'll have more athletic successes this spring, because I know spring sports didn't even have this season last year with so how do you feel about them being back, being able to play again and be back? I think it's nice for kids to finally play their sport and get out and try to maybe replicate basketball success, going to state and go on a big run, and hopefully they bring Hibbing some success, and we'll be with them all the way.
Yes, definitely be supporting
Bluejacket pride.
Yep. And we for basketball, we missed out on we lost in the playoffs, but the basketball teams that made state missed out on a state tournament last year, and they felt bad about that, which was understanding. And the thing about spring sports is you didn't even have a season, so the seniors last year, they weren't even able to play their senior season, which with the pandemic it was out of their control, but obviously not ideal. And this year definitely good that the seniors will be able to have a season, and hopefully the teams here will get through it healthfully.
Yeah, and the younger you are, if you're thinking about academies, obviously you might have a little bit different opportunities, like 10th grade, you might not be able to do a podcast right away, but I think you should stick with it if you like it, and you could be remain in your city.
Yeah. And if this is something that interests you, being able to sit across from a friend, talk about school, talk about sports, talk about we introduced Bluejacket Career Academies today, and if that's interests you, or being not supervising, but doing internships or job shadowing, like getting out of school and shadowing jobs that you might want to do and seeing I could see myself doing that, or no, I don't think I could see myself doing that. Definitely helpful, and it's the broad range of categories is also nice. So I'm excited for the future of this podcast, and hopefully we'll get more students. Obviously the jump that was made between year 1 and year 2 is indicative of where this is going in the future, and
So with COVID changing, what does your day in a life look like, compared to last year before the pandemic? During
school, school is somewhat the same. It's not very much the same at all, but just being distanced in classes, wearing masks obviously is a big change. But I remember last year we got out of school and we just thought it was going to be a 2-week break, and then this year the whole year has been affected by it. But hopefully the numbers keep going down and we get back to somewhat normal, and summertime's coming soon, so it's something to look forward to.
I was going to say, because last year before the pandemic, I remember, after school, boom, it was just us friends talking about plans, going out or wherever, and with COVID, obviously, staying in the house more. I think I'm more of a hermit now. I'm not leaving the house a lot. But, whatever to get the numbers low, I'll do it.
I think one of the big parts of the pandemic is people's mental health going
sure,
low,
for
and
sure.
that relates directly to being at home and not being around people. Obviously, over the last few months and year, I miss hanging out with friends and you, but also part of the summer was being around family a bit more, and
Yeah.
that was nice to spend time with them, and yeah.
I mean, last year, I think, it probably hit me the hardest, going in to all this quarantine and lockdown and stuff for, 3 months just at home.
Yeah.
I think it took a little bit of a toll, but not too bad. Obviously, I still had my phone. I could talk to my friends and everything. But
definitely helpful with social media.
yeah, I think I just couldn't get out of the house and needed some fresh air.
Yeah, for sure. It was good first podcast, and thank you guys for joining and listening to Career Academy, us talk about Career Academies and introduce ourselves. If you have any questions about joining a Career Academy, it doesn't have to be performing arts and communications. There's 4 other categories besides that you can ask people you know in Career Academies, or me, Cal and I, or Harrison, that's behind the scenes, or go to Mr. Brown's room, like we said, or get in touch with him. And hopefully the academic success and athletic success at Hibbing High School sustains into the spring and into the future. And yeah. And
if you want to ask Aiden and I on how we feel, on how we got here, feel free to just talk to us. It's a great experience so far. Everything was super easy getting in touch with Mr. Brown. He's very understanding. He's willing to work with us on everything we want to do for the rest of our life, which is a great opportunity. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to thank the Bluejacket Career Academies for allowing us to be here today, and Hibbing Public Access Television and Mr. Workala for having the opportunity to have a first podcast. And what's the plan so far? Do it every other week or so?
Every other week.
Yeah, you can expect a show every other week. And make sure you hit that follow button on the Bluejacket Career Academy Instagram page, or if you have Facebook page, and just keep looking at that. And the contest for the name, like we said, we don't have a name yet, but the contest for the name will be on the Bluejacket Instagram page, Bluejacket Career Academy Instagram page, like we said, and there will be a prize for that too. So definitely hit that follow button and put in a name that you would like to see the podcast be.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody for watching. See you in a few weeks.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hibbing Public Access Television would like to thank U.S. Bank for providing us with studio space.